All right, let's do a checkpoint. So again, we're going to analyze and graph this. And so pause it, see what you come up with, come back and see how you did. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, as usual, is the amplitude, right? So the amplitude, in this case, is equal to 1/2. Okay, it's a sine function, right? And what else? Oh, the period, which is equal to 2 pi over b. Now b in this case is pi, so it's going to be 2 pi over pi, which equals 2. So the period is 2. Okay. Now in this case, the phase shift, again we don't need to, we'll get into more of this, but remember the phase shift. The phase shift is c over b. So in this case, it's pi over pi, which is equal to 1. And let's solve for inside. Let's see what the range is, what the interval of x is going to be. So again, we're going to solve at 0 and solve it at 2 pi and see what we come up with. So pi x plus pi equals 0. So that means x is going to equal -1. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I forgot. Here, remember it's a plus sign, so think about this as a minus, a negative. So this should be negative, so it should be -1. So notice how I got -1 here. That's what clicked in my head that something was wrong. So always double check. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do for 2 pi now. So pi x plus pi equals 2 pi. And so now I'm going to solve for x. So in this case here I get pi x is going to equal pi. And then x is equal to 1. So it's going to be from -1 to 1. Okay? Which makes sense because the period is 2. And if you take going from -1 to 1, that's 2 units. So everything makes sense so far. Now, this sine function is going to bounce between -1, or excuse me, 1/2 and -1/2. Okay, because of the amplitude. Okay, there's no horizontal shift, so it's centered at 0. And it's going to start -1 to 1, so we could sketch this, right? Oh, it's negative, so it's going to be a reflection, right, across the x-axis, right? So let's get our points, what our points are going to be. So it's going to be 2 divided by 4, so it's going to be 1/2. Right? So we're going to start with -1. So it'll be -1 and it's going to start at 0 because it's sine. So -1, 0. And then the next point is going to be increments of 1/2. So the next one is going to be -1/2. And this time it's going to go it's going to go down to -1/2. And then the next point is going to go to 0, and it's going to go back to 0. And the next point is going to be at x equals 1/2, and it's going to go up to 1/2. And the final point will be at 1, and it'll be back to 0. Okay? So again, I'm going to plot this. So let's do 1/2 negative 1/2, and we're going to go out okay, so this is negative 1, positive 1, negative 1/2, 1/2. So I've got my increments of 1/2. And so it's going to start at 0, right? And then this time, because it's for reflection, because of the negative, it's going to go down. So it's going to go down to negative 1/2. Then it's going to go back to 0. Then it's going to go up to 1/2, and then back down to 0. So it's going to look like that. And we're done. Have a great day.